Cinema, where we focus on the film. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema, and it's the end of March 2024, and so it's time to look back and see what all I picked up. Let me know down in the comments below what physical media items, whether books, or movies, or Funkos, or whatnot, you just love to collect and have picked up in the past month. I'm going to go over the movie books first. We just got 3 of them before we got my Blu-rays. We got Pet Sematary from Stephen King, and I have not read any of these. We have Will Smith. I'm wanting to get into a couple of the actor biographies. And we got Paul Newman's memoir that I'm really intrigued to get into him. I have watched a couple movies and really enjoyed his performances. Need to get more into his movies. But this book, as long as I have time to read it, will be quite an interesting thing to explore more of his life as well, and background to movies that I'm wanting to expand more of my knowledge on. And then we'll go right off the bat with Leprechaun, the 8 movie collection, which I got in preparation for my Leprechaun ranking on St. Patrick's Day, and I was not a fan of the franchise. I don't need to upgrade to the Blu-ray anytime soon, if at all, because I don't even know how often I'll be diving into that or rewatching any of those. Of course, 3 was my favorite, but if you haven't seen my whole ranking, you can check out a video on my channel. Next up, we have Insomnia. I believe this was the last movie from Christopher Nolan I needed to add to my Blu-ray collection, and this one is really underrated as upon rewatch. I got a ranking on my channel as of recently, and I really enjoy Insomnia as a whole, just on its own. And then we got a couple of things from Goodwill as well. We have My Life as a Dog. Yes, I found this Criterion for $5. It was on Blu-ray from 1985, and I believe, don't remember the director, Hallstrom, that I do have seen some of his works, but this is an earlier one and a foreign film, so that'll be interesting to get into that one. It just by the image alone, it looks like it could be something of a melancholy film that's right up my alley. And then the big surprise rare gem that I found was Rosemary's Baby on not Blu-ray, but DVD, which was good enough because these are really hard to find. They're really expensive, like $40 plus just for the DVD on Criterion because it's out of print. And 1968 from Roman Polanski, I believe. And yes, I have not seen this one, so hopefully I'll be able to add it on the watch schedule soon. If not, I'll prioritize it for sure within October for horror watching month, or maybe even the month before, if that's how I prep for horror rankings. But next up, we have some things from Disc Replay that I got just at the end of the month when I went to my relatives. We got Terminator Genesis, the last one I needed to complete the Terminator franchise in my collection, besides Terminator 3, which I may be getting that eventually, but as of now, I just am not a fan of that one, at least as of the last watch. But like, I have seen other worse movies even before that, so who knows what happens with that, just to complete my collection. Next up, we have Taken, the 3 movie collection on Steelbook. I only had Taken 2 on Blu-ray and the 1 through 3 on DVD, and I am a big fan of Liam Neeson, specifically with his action movies, that you could call me an old soul for enjoying just the same repetitive sort of action movie over and over. I just enjoy him as an actor, and so for $8, I was really pleased to find this and add it to the collection because I just enjoy it and give it a little bit of a special treatment just for Liam Neeson on the Taken franchise. Next up, we have A Bug's Life. Now, I'm, of course, upgrading to some Blu-rays from Disney Plus. I am not subscribed to Disney Plus all the time anymore, unless I really need to fill in that collection for things I need to watch for rankings on this channel. But I'm gonna be collecting Pixar and Disney movies along the way as I go. There's a lot of them, but we might as well start slow and build it up. Next up, we have Barbie. Yes, I do enjoy this film. I need to rewatch Greta Gerwig's films. I have not watched this from the theater since the theaters, and I do enjoy it. I had fun with it. I feel the message is a little bit too much in your face, but maybe that will change upon the rewatch as I get to understand and I know what to expect from this film as a whole. And yes, I do just enjoy the performances and everything that has to do with that. Next up, we have Lady and the Tramp. Of course, added to the Disney Blu-ray collection. As of the last watch, maybe a few years ago, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but some of the older Disney movies in general somewhat have a simpler take. They don't have a complex story, which isn't horrible, but they also feel a little too short for their own means. I'll probably be getting a complete Disney ranking at the end of the year once Moana 2 comes out. I believe if that's the next Disney animated movie, which will be a big project on its own, but it'll be nice to catch up with and rewatch all of them to see how my take holds up. And going on to my last item, we have Sunrise at Campobello. This is from Warner Archive collection, which I don't necessarily lean into trying to collect all the boutique labels or special collections. And this one is a little bit expensive for used Blu-ray at $10. Of course, a fair price as a whole. If there's a movie brand new, then I'll still buy it as long as it's something I really enjoy. But the reason I got this one specifically is because my grandpa has what my dad has told me around the time my dad was born, because this movie was released in 1960. He was, my grandpa was an extra in this movie, in the crowd. I have not seen the movie. My dad hasn't seen the movie or any of his brothers. And so it's going to be really interesting to see if I can catch it and see if my grandpa is visible to there, and I'll let them know. And so that's just a pleasant surprise. I finally found it. I could have rented it, but since this provides a little bit more convenience just to have the Blu-ray instead of planning out my time of when I'm going to watch it within different movie watching schedules, which I still don't know when exactly I'll watch it, but having it on disc will make it a little bit more convenient to think about it more often and put it in when it needs to be. And so that's just my Blu-ray haul for the month of March 2024. Let me know down in the comments below what you picked out this past month of all the pop culture and geekly items that we all collect. And make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're already for daily uploads talking about the love of movie altogether. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.